Welcome to the Health Coach Nation podcast. My name is Hailey Rowe. I'm a sales and marketing coach and strategist for health coaches, life coaches, and wellness professionals who want to become a leader in their field by building their online community, rocking their sales process, and finally feeling confident about how they promote themselves and their marketing. On this show, we talk about tips to grow your business, save yourself time, and finally be able to create a sustainable, profitable business. Let's get into it. Today's podcast is brought to you by the Zero to Hero Coach Program. This is my 4-month program teaching coaches and online service providers how to grow your online business, book clients consistently, overcome your sales fears, and finally rock your social media visibility. If you struggle to create a sustainable coaching business, this program is for you. Check out HaileyRowe.com and book your free strategy call with my team or myself today. Thank you. Hello, everybody. We are going to talk today about when you have things in your coaching business that you feel like you have to do, but it makes you feel icky. Or there's also things that you maybe don't need to do, but you're being told you need to do from online marketing gurus and coaches and people like that. And you're feeling like, oh, okay, I should be doing that, but it just doesn't feel aligned with you, or it feels weird or whatever. So how do you navigate where to spend your time and energy in your business? And how do you navigate sales and marketing in a way that feels good to you, in a way that feels like you're showing up as a leader, and not in a way that feels like icky or salesy or pushy? Because I think that's a really common misconception or fear that coaches have, is that, oh, if I'm going to be doing online sales or showing up on Instagram and things like that, I have to be salesy to be successful. And it's not true necessarily. So if you're new here, and if you have fears around sales or marketing, feel free to put them in the comment section. And before we get into the training and the little exercise I'm going to give you today, it's a little homework assignment for those of you who feel like you're selling and marketing out of desperation instead of inspiration. It's going to be an exercise to help. But before we go into that, I do want to let you know that if you are thinking about putting out a Black Friday offer this year, or gearing up for a New Year's launch for your coaching program, and you're struggling to build an audience for it, you're struggling to nurture your leads and follow up and manage all of that, feel free to DM me, because I do have a special thing coming out very soon regarding how to get your Black Friday offer out there to the right audience. So, and we're going to do a free webinar, all teaching some ways you can get ahead of the curve with that. So anyways, let's talk about inspiration versus desperation. So I want you to think about, what are all the things you have to do in your business, or all the things that you know are on your to-do list, and just make a list. And once you have that list, ask yourself, okay, make a T-chart, and on the left side put inspiration, on the right side put desperation. And then on the inspiration side, list all the things that you feel inspired to do, all the things in your coaching business that energizes you, things that you want to do and you're motivated to do in your business, things that feel fun to you in your business, things you can be playful with, things you don't stress too much about. Put all of that on one side. Then on the other side, put all the things that make you feel desperate or make you feel icky or that you hate doing in your coaching business. And we're going to have those two sides to review. Now, the first thing I want to say is the desperation side is not something you're just going to push off. It's actually something we need to investigate, and that's going to be a great opportunity to be a lesson for you, and be your best teachers are on that one side of the list. And the reason why is, first of all, we're always going to have things in our business that we don't like doing, no matter what. Even if it's not salesy or pushy, you're probably going to have things in your business that naturally aren't your strengths and you just don't love doing. And until you get to a place where you're open to using your resources, like your money, and or to outsource it or find somebody better than you to do it for you, you're going to either have to do that in the beginning of your business or have gaps in your business because you're choosing not to do those things, etc. So I don't want you to ignore everything on your desperation list. I want you to actually look at it and say, is it because I don't like doing it, or is it because the approach I have and the paradigm I have about this thing on my desperation list is set in a way that makes me feel icky and desperate when I'm doing it. So for example, I'm going to give you an example. Inspiration list. I've had my clients do this exercise before. And they'll put like, I love going live on Facebook, or I love doing local networking events, or I love virtual summits and being a guest on those. And so we'll say, okay, awesome. So how can we double down on those strengths? How can we leverage those? How can we use those in your coaching business to grow your audience and nurture your leads and whatever, right? But then we also don't ignore the other side of the list. So then we look at the desperation list, and sometimes things like that come on that side of the list is sales calls or discovery calls, positioning my offer and giving the prices to people, things like that. And so then we say, okay, first of all, just because you have an opinion that discovery calls seem desperate doesn't mean that's true. Just because you have a strong opinion about something doesn't mean that it's necessarily always true. What it means is the approach you're bringing to those calls and the energy you're bringing to those calls, and also maybe perhaps past experiences have gotten you to a place where now you see it a certain way, and now you go in with that attitude all the time, and it just feels worse and worse as time goes on because you keep having, as they say, a habit or a belief or whatever. It's just because you kept thinking about it and gathering evidence for it over time. So what we need to do instead is say, okay, yes, you don't like sales calls. Well, how can you see it differently? So in other words, what rather than it being a sales call and I have to close a sale, what if it's what it is a exploratory conversation with another human being, connecting and seeing if you can help them in any way, whether it's your program, a blog online, a friend who can help them, or you just have a nice conversation, you get to know each other, and that's that, right? When you come from a place of how can I serve this person, how can I get to know this person, I'm going to make a new friend today, right? Like you have to come at it with a different attitude. So you can either change your approach to the desperation list in order to see it at a different way. You can either say, I'm not going to do the thing and leave it out of your business and decide to find a different way of doing things. Or you can find somebody else who's better than you to do those things on your list. So like you'd have a actual discovery call, high ticket closer or something like that to help you. So the point I'm trying to make here is you make your list, inspiration versus desperation. You ask yourself when you investigate the desperation list and say, is it my approach? Is it how it's been received in the past? Is it the way, is it my personal fears of rejection or, protecting my ego that's keeping this on the desperation list? Is it just something I'm not good at and I don't like doing, etc.? And ask yourself, what am I willing to do and what am I willing to feel to either move this to the inspiration list or get rid of this or find another way or whatever, right? So we're investigating that desperation list, figuring out what on that list is going to stay, what's going to go, how are you going to change your approach to those things so it doesn't feel desperate or icky. And then from there, you have to ask yourself, what would it look like, or what else is true about this desperation side of the list as well? So yeah, maybe sales calls in the past have felt icky, but what else is true about that? Well, it's probably because I had the wrong approach to it. I was rushing it. I was so attached to the end result that I wasn't really paying attention to what the person was saying, things like that. So investigate. And then from there, the last step is to come up with 30 ideas or ways over the next 30, 60, or 90 days, however long you want to give yourself, to 30 ideas of how you can use the inspiration list to move yourself forward in your business. So if you love local networking events or you love virtual summits, Okay, that's cool. Let's double down on it. How are you going to get 3 summits in the next 90 days to market as a marketing method? Or if you love Facebook Lives, okay, cool. How are you going to use that strategically in your coaching business to grow your audience and relationships and engagement and provide value and tell your audience what they need to hear today? So make a list of 30 things that you can do to propel you forward and move it from the space of selling out of desperation to now taking inspired, aligned action every day. And you'll notice that when you're having fun in your business and you're seeing it as a game and playful and who can I help today and who can I talk to today and what connections am I going to make today and who's going to resonate today, your level of output and the effectiveness of your output is going to be so much better in much less time than when you are taking action out of dread, out of, oh man, this is going to be so tough, or oh man, I feel icky or salesy. That kind of action, out of alignment action, I'm not saying you can, your whole business journey is going to be one level numb feeling. I'm saying that when you take aligned action and when you feel playful and you see it as fun and you are inspired to serve and show up and blow your own mind about what kind of leader you can become, everything becomes much better and it's received much better because people can feel your energy. So that's my process for you to go through your homework assignment, right? And the other thing with that exercise is feel free to let me know what you come across or what things are on your desperation list, and I'll make more content about how to shift your paradigm around that or find another route so you don't even need to do it. Okay? So hope you are having a good day, and I will talk to you soon. And again, if you have a Black Friday offer or you want to have a Black Friday offer, just DM me Black Friday and I'll include you on the upcoming webinar teaching you some ways to market yourself during this Black Friday upcoming time. All right, talk to you soon. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode. And if you liked it and want to reserve your very own free sales audit, go to haileyrowe.com/strategy-call to book your very own free sales audit. On the call, we'll talk more about the common concerns you get from your ideal clients, how to overcome those concerns, how to coach through objections, how to change your mindset around sales, and improve your sales process so you can be closing and converting more clients. I can't wait to connect with you, and go to haileyrowe.com/strategy-call to take the first step. Thanks so much. Have a good day.